Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been a long time, a really long time since I filmed a makeup video. I have been posting some meditations on here and my podcast on here, but I have not even posted anything in like the last 2 months, has it been? Because we have some news that I'll share with you today, but that is that we're pregnant. I'm pregnant and I'm pregnant with baby number 2. And the last 2 months have been hard, really hard. And that's why I have been MIA, and I'm gonna talk about it a little bit today, and then I'm gonna talk about a few other things, but I'm gonna give you like a little update on pregnancy and like where I've been and all that. And then I'm gonna do a whole first trimester video for you guys because I am 13 weeks and 1 day today. Today is Friday, October 30th. I'm not quite sure when this will go up, but today I'm 13 weeks and 1 day. I switch over on Thursdays. And yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. It's so crazy. It feels crazy to be like sitting here. I have this whole new setup. You guys know I had like my basement studio before, but this is my like new office and where I've been working for the last, I don't know, for a while, like 4 months or so, and in our guest bedroom. And so I just moved my makeup up here so that I could film easier than I can downstairs. We're kind of like rearranging and moving stuff around with baby number 2 on the way. So we have to move, we're just moving some stuff around basically. And then I just thought it would work better to move the stuff up here. And it makes it easier to film. And every time I'm pregnant, and I say that, I've been pregnant twice, but with Isla, I posted so many makeup videos I couldn't stop. I felt so creative. I felt like my creativity was like unleashed when I was pregnant with Isla, and I feel very similarly starting about a week ago with this pregnancy. And so I think more makeup videos are gonna be coming at you. And I did just place a Sephora order. It's the holiday sale, and so I placed an order. But what I did today was I brought like all my makeup up from downstairs, which I haven't touched, you guys, in months, like so many months. I have my makeup bags that I use every day are in my bathroom, and then I haven't touched this, and so I went through and I picked stuff that I haven't used, and it's all in front of me, and I'm so excited. I opened it and I was like, I've got so much good makeup, this is awesome, but I haven't touched it. So that's what we're gonna do today. So we're gonna do like a little chatty get ready with me. I'm gonna fill you in on life, on pregnancy, and I'll have all the products listed below. You guys, Smashbox primer oil, do you remember how obsessed I was with this stuff? I think today I'm gonna mix it with my foundation. I also think I'm just realizing that I don't have a foundation brush up here. Or do I want to use a sponge? I think I wanna use a sponge, so I think I'm gonna go get my beauty sponge really quick, and I'll be right back. Guys, it's been so long, I don't know if I remember how to YouTube, okay? But we're gonna see if we do. So I'm gonna take my primer oil and I'm gonna use my Laura Mercier Flawless Lumiere foundation, which I'm hoping is an okay match. It's 2 and 1 cashew. Who knows? I'm gonna take like 5 pumps. The pumps of this are so tiny, they're not very big, and I'm just gonna mix it with 1 drop of the, I think 1 drop, yeah. Cause I put on Bobbi Brown's face base. My skin's been on the drier side, but with a sponge, which that should be okay, which I haven't really been using a sponge at all. I think it'll make it more hydrating. Oh my gosh. Does anybody else have maskne? It's also like pregnancy, I think, too. But, I mean, it is serious, and I've had it for so long. I got these 2 huge ones right here. I mean, what is even happening? I don't know. Okay, so let's talk about the pregnancy. I feel like that's probably why all of you guys are watching this video. So baby's guest date or due date is May 6th, and 13 weeks and 1 day, and I have been so sick. So sick. Like, I was nowhere near this sick with Isla. And if you don't like hearing about this stuff, you can just skip forward in the video because I'm gonna spend the next minute or so talking about it. But I have been throwing up every single day for 9 weeks. And maybe there are a couple of days sprinkled in there that I didn't, I guess, but those are few and far between. Most days I have been throwing up. And I really didn't want to I've been taking medication for it, but not prescription medication. I just take B6, I take Pepsid, stuff like that, so that like helps with the nausea and the heartburn, but not, it doesn't really help with the nausea. It's like heartburn medicine, and B6 is supposed to help with nausea, or so they say. So I've been taking that, and then I take like a little bit of Unisom at night. Actually, barely any Unisom. I'm using all of that. Like, there's no more foundation on my hand. I'm using all 5 pumps of that, and I may have to get more. I forgot how much more product you use with a sponge. With a brush, it would go real far. So I've just been really sick, and I have been unable to really do anything. The first 4 weeks I was really in bed. If I got out of bed, I threw up. And so it's not a diagnosis of hyperemesis, if you've heard of that, which is like really intense morning sickness from pregnancy. I'm gonna take another pump and I'm gonna put it on my mask knee, which is like scarring now because I've been horrible about picking my face, which don't do. You shouldn't do that, guys. Anyway, I'm just gonna add a little more coverage in those couple spots. So it's not hyperemesis, but I have experienced a 7-pound weight loss with this pregnancy, and my doctors are like, have been feeling concerned. I've not been hospitalized or admitted, and I haven't even had IV fluids. So, and I've been able to keep enough down where, you know, I haven't had to be admitted to the hospital, but it's still not great. And for this week specifically, I haven't been able to keep water down very well, and so I had to end up taking the medication for nausea, which is safe to take during pregnancy, but I really don't like taking stuff when I'm pregnant. So my doctors, my husband, my doctor have been asking me to take it for a while now because of the weight loss and everything, and I haven't, and then I caved. Well, I caved. I took it the other day, and I'm glad that I did. I felt so much better. I've only taken it once, but it really did make me feel so much better. And I'd say around week 9 probably, I was able to get up and like move around more. But really, like the first 4 weeks, I like couldn't do anything. Oof. I'll talk more about it in my trimester video, but I wanted to give you a little bit of a hint. This LC Cosmetics concealer is what I'm gonna use today. It's in light medium. I was worried it was gonna be too dark, but I think it's gonna be okay. I looked at it in my collection. I was like, I literally don't know if I like this. I don't feel like I used it a lot. It has that, oh yeah, that's a good shade. Even though it's called light medium, it doesn't look like, it's not dark at all. I like how the tip is like metal, so it's cooling. But I don't really like the squeezy because it's hard to know how much is gonna come out and like control it. I feel like this is light, really light coverage. Yeah, it is. It like soaks into the skin almost. So anyway, that's kind of the little gist of the pregnancy. I'm just now starting to feel good. Well, not good, but better. But good enough that I can work a little bit. And that's been really good because work is so important for my mental health. Like, I love my work. I love what I do. And I have been, it's been really hard for me to be so sick and not be able to work. I kept working with my private clients, but in terms of the courses and the things I was planning to do and put out, I haven't been able to do any of it. But so exciting. Let me turn on the exposure. So exciting because I am like releasing the course I've been working on for the last 4 months in just a couple days. And the waitlist is open, so you can get on it, and waitlist is gonna get first access. I'm gonna use my Marc Jacobs powder. I like to use my sponge with this under the eyes. It just, I don't know, this is a really blurring powder. Really blurring. I haven't used it in so long. I wonder if it's gonna make me look dry because my skin's been so dry. But I did just release, I'm releasing my new course, and I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited about it. It's called, headphones for the little ones out there, it's called Fuck Fear, Unlock Your Mind and Your Positivity. If you're not familiar with what I do, I'm a mental health mentor and anxiety coach, and I work with people to better their mental health, to implement tools and routines, principles, strategy in their life to not only cope with their anxiety and chronic stress and fear and panic, but heal from it, to rewrite the beliefs, to change your relationship with your fear. And that's what this course is all about. If you don't know me and my story with anxiety, which I've shared quite a bit on this channel, but if you're not super familiar with that, I have struggled with anxiety my entire life. And I promised myself years ago that if I ever found inner peace, that I would teach other people how to find it too. And I hit kind of a really low point in my life with my anxiety, and I was put on medication, and I basically, the first time I took the medication, I prayed, I asked God, the universe, source, whatever it is you believe in, for a different way. I was like, this isn't for me. The medication made me feel really numb. It made me feel just like I couldn't feel anything. And I'm an empath and a highly sensitive person. And so that's just not how I wanted to live my life. And so I prayed for another way, and I found inner peace through it. That opened me up to tools to use and implement for my anxiety, and different tools work well for different people, but through the work that I've done for myself over the last 10 plus years, I wanted to create a business around it, around mental health, around something that has a lot of social stigma, around something that is definitely being talked about more, which I'm so grateful for, but it's still not being talked about a lot. It still has that stigma, it still is almost embarrassing, or I don't know, really hard for people to talk about. And I don't want it to be that way. I think part of how we connect to each other and how we heal is through that connection and through knowing that we're not alone. And so I have continued to be very loud about my story and my testimony over the last 10 years, because I want to make sure that if anybody out there is feeling like I am, or like I have, then they know that they're not alone. That's a really big part of what I want to do with my life and my business. And it's funny, now that I'm pregnant, I have been planning to create something for postpartum and for pregnancy, and I hadn't done it yet. And I told myself a month or so ago, I think I need to be pregnant. No, this was 4 months ago. I think I need to maybe be pregnant and back in it to be able to create something, and I'm pregnant now. So I'm excited to create that for you. But right now, this course, this Fuck Fear, Unlock Your Mind and Your Positivity, is all about the mindset work. It's 6 core modules with homework and affirmations. Each module is 25 to 35 minutes of me really diving into a little bit of the science behind fear, but we're really diving into your self-limiting beliefs. So the course is devoted to helping you identify your self-limiting beliefs and how they're perpetuating your fear story, and then I teach you how to shift them. And each module is a step towards that. And we put it all together through the homework and the modules so that you're able to identify your self-limiting beliefs in your life and how they're perpetuating that fear story, and then change your relationship with your fear. And these are some of the best videos I've ever created. I have gone back and watched them in the beginning of this pregnancy when I was really struggling with my sickness every day, and they helped me so much. And I just have been so excited to get them out to you guys and make them available. And I think especially in not only the time we're in with the pandemic, but the time we're in with the holidays coming up and the stress around that can cause, and the fact that this year maybe people aren't able to see their friends and their families as much. I think it's such a good time for it that I'm weirdly grateful for that the sickness postponed it, because I was planning to release it a couple of months ago, and I think that this is the perfect timing for it, and I trust in that too. But yeah, I'm so excited for you guys to experience it. And it's not a course where you're waiting on modules to drop. It's all self-study right away, right when you get in. Let me close my blinds because the sun is coming in really hard on the side of my face. All right, I think that works. We're gonna use the Natasha Denona Biba palette because I bought this and I didn't like it, and I was mad that I paid so much for it, and I wanna know if it's worth another shot or if I could ever like it. So we're gonna try it out. And I'm gonna start by taking Tusk and put it all over the lid just to set that Nausea primer. Just to finish what I was saying, it's a self-study course. So once you sign up for the course, you get access to all the modules and all the bonuses. And there are 2 really special bonus collections for you, which I'll go ahead and tell you, even though they're all on the website. The first one is my Fearless Vibes Guided Meditation album. It's 11 tracks of positivity and love and transforming your fear into positivity and love. I mean, it's so uplifting. It's so amazing. There are tracks there's one, my favorite one probably is called Comparison Cure. And it was really, the idea from it was sparked from social media and the fact that we scroll and we compare and we think that everybody's lives are perfect, and it makes us feel like we're doing something wrong in our life or we need to be a different way. And I love that track so much. Gosh, there's so many good ones. There's even a bonus breathwork on that album. I love the album so much. So you get that whole album for free. And then you also get my 10-day Kundalini Yoga transformation, how to lose anxiety in 10 days program, which is 10 days, 10 different yoga sets for a transformation in mind, body, and spirit, and really moving that fear out, moving that anxiety out through energy work and through yoga and through being in your body and through accepting love into your energy field and into your body. And it's literally beautiful. Like this experience, it's called How to Lose Anxiety in 10 Days, is so good. It's completely exclusive. You can't buy this program from me. You can't sign up for that program. It's completely exclusive bonus to this program. And I'm excited for you guys to see it and get in. And I'll have all the details below. It's my website, abby-o.com. You can always check it all out there, but I'm just excited. What are we gonna do today, you guys? Prairie, this like warm color right here. I do like that our palettes have a nice big mirror. I think I need to wipe this brush off a little bit. And update me on you guys in the comments. Like, what have you been up to? How have you been spending time during the pandemic? Are you at home? Are you working? Are you a nurse or doctor? Are you, out there every day? Like, let me know what you guys have been up to too. Currently I've just been being pregnant and sick. And I'm gonna put this like above my crease kind of, and like work it in towards my nose. I mean, it blends well and it's pretty. It's just, I'm like, yeah, it has to be so pretty for me to justify spending this amount of money again. I never take it into my nose, but I kind of like it. I don't know. Do you guys like Natasha Denona palettes? What are your thoughts there? Go into Freckle, which is this shade right here. And these are the Jaclyn Hill brushes, by the way. The Morphe ones. I actually love them. Not actually, I mean, I like Jaclyn Hill a lot. But these brushes are really, really good. They're my favorite brushes that I own. Yeah, I'll pack this on here. And then I'll take a crease brush and like blend it up through the crease a little. Okay. I mean, I like how they're performing. Okay, they're pretty. I don't think there are enough shimmers in here. I'm gonna take Cocoa, which is the dark brown shade right here. It's hard for me to talk about anything else when I'm doing my eyes. And I'm going to use this as a liner. We'll see how dark it is. I may have to use Seed, but I like Cocoa because it's a little warmer. Let me see. There's also a black in here, but I want to use brown. I'm gonna go into Cocoa and Seed. Seed is like a darker, cooler toned brown. I'm gonna see if I can get it. Oh yeah, that works. Can you see that line? I was able to make it. And just do a little wing with it. Oh yeah, okay, I'm just gonna, that's so pretty. Oh, I love it. That's pretty, okay. Same thing to the other eye. I'm barely dipping in Cocoa, but I wanna do the same thing and have it be like a touch warm. So I don't wanna just use Seed, but I kinda love the way that eyeshadow looks as a liner, And you really can do it with these. They are really pigmented. Okay, I am gonna pack a little bit in towards the inner corner. Yeah, because I think it just needs it. Barely touching. Oh, sorry. If I'm hiding the... Yeah, barely touching. Yeah, like that. That looks good. Okay. Now for a shimmer. So it's shine. So I'm going to take... This one is really pretty. I probably should have put the liner over this, you know? You would think. I'm going to take a little bit of Rustic, which is the darker one, and tie that in. Here's the thing, is like, yeah, the mattes are good, but they're not worth the price. I stand by my original thought. They're not worth the price that I paid for them, because I think other mattes from other brands are just as good, that are way cheaper. And like, there just aren't enough shimmers in here that are really good. And that's the thing that I've realized with palettes, especially expensive palettes. I don't want to buy expensive matte palettes. Like, if you have an expensive palette, it better have something in there that makes me go, oh wow, that's different. And this palette doesn't have that. I don't know. I think I bought it because I was like, well, you know, it's really wearable. I justify the money because I can use it a lot, but I haven't used it at all because it's just not special. Like, I like my ColourPop Bare Necessities palette more than I like that. So I just got this in PR. This is the LA Girl new Pastel Dream auto liners, and they're really cute. They're like really colorful, but I don't want to use a color because it just doesn't go with this look. But I want to use the black one and try the formula out. Yeah, feels good. Looks pretty black. Let's use it. I'm gonna use it on my tight line. Ooh, that went to my waterline too. Good thing we were gonna put it there. Okay, yeah, I'd say that's super black. All right, let's work on the lower lash line with our little palette here. So I'll take a little bit of Prairie first, which is the very first color that we went into. And kind of smudge it out and smoke it out at the bottom. I don't want to go into that wing because I want it to still stay defined, so I'm just going to go under it. And then I'm going to go into a little bit of Freckle and Cocoa on a pencil brush. These are so soft. There's so much kick up. And I'm only going to put this in the outer third. Oh, I feel like my skin looks so dry. I don't think I should have powdered all my skin, but we'll set it with some setting spray so it'll be okay. All right, let's finish up the eyes with a little bit of mascara, and I'm gonna use my Milk Makeup Kush mascara. I was gonna buy this in full size because it's honestly so good that I would spend my money on it. And then they had it for a reward, so I got two. I was like, well, I'll buy it when I'm done with two. You know, use those rewards on stuff you like. All right, so I picked out two bronzers today. I have been exclusively using cream bronzers, so this will be new for me, but I wanted to do a little contouring with my NARS Laguna, but not like too dark. It can be a good contour color, so I haven't contoured in so long, so let's do it. And then I'm gonna throw a bronzer in there too, but we're just gonna do a little bit of contouring with this first. Feels so fancy today. All right, I'm gonna do my bronzer with this one, the JH02, and I'm gonna use the e.l.f. bronzer in Forever Sunkissed. I love this bronzer. It's so good, and I haven't used it in so long. It's just been chilling in my collection. Like, where did you go? Do you not love us anymore? No, I do love you, don't worry. I always love you. I've just been using other things instead. I got a couple blushes out, but this one just feels right. Milani Bellissimo Bronze. Yes, girl. Give it to me now. All right, ColourPop F21. I really like the ColourPop brushes too, a lot. They're so pretty. It works so well. They're like perfectly packed. Oh my gosh, this blush. Oh, it's everything. And I have not been wearing highlighter, you guys, but today we're wearing highlighter because I have been dying to use these again. I just haven't gone downstairs to get them. My Jaclyn Hill highlights, and we're gonna go in with this one, which I always forget what it's called. Oh, it's on there, iced. It's fine, Emmy. And I love Jaclyn Hill's highlighter brush. It's the JH09. The one I always use. Let me see. Oh, it's just such a pretty glow. You'll be able to see it better on this side just because of the sun. I mean, look at that. I mean, what? Bridge, give me the glow. The Cupid's bow. Oh my gosh, my cheeks, they look glossy. Oh, it's so good. Okay, now I need to spray my face, and I'm gonna use my Anastasia Dewy set and maybe a little bit of my Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist, but let's use this first. Yeah, so much today spray. All right, to find the lip, we gotta go to the Lippy book, which has not all my lip stuff, but a lot of it. What do I wanna wear? So I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use Kylie Candy K. And line and fill in a little. Oh, I love that color. And then I think I'm gonna go in first with Too Faced Sellout. This is one of their melted mattes. Looks a little darker. Yeah. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of Cool Girl before it dries and pop that in the center. That's a little bit more brown, and I like the warmth of Sellout better, so I'm glad I did that all over. Do we want to do a gloss? All right, I'm gonna use my Marc Jacobs, and I think this is, what is it, Sugar Sugar gloss. It's just a really great nude. Sorry, it looks like that. I don't know if it's Sugar Sugar. It's so pepperminty. It's so good. I love it. Do I want to use some Milky Mist? I don't think I need to. I think that dewy set looks good and did the trick. So, this is the finished get ready with me. We did a lot of chatting at the beginning. I don't feel like I chatted as much at the end. I got like really into playing with makeup, which was so fun to me. It made me feel like myself. I don't know. There's something, makeup is like therapy to me. It's a creative outlet. I am not a drawer. I'm not a painter. Makeup is like my outlet. And I don't like to do adult coloring books. Like I like to do this. It's just like something about it, and I've missed it so much, and I've been thinking about coming back on and doing makeup videos for so long that I'm glad I did it. I'm really glad that I did it today, and I hope you guys are glad that I'm back. So I'll be doing the pregnancy video soon and filming that for you guys so that you can hear all about my first trimester. I gave you a little sneak peek today and some info, but I'll do more info on that in the video. And then if you want to check out the Fuck Fear course, by the time I upload this, it could even be open. But if not, put yourself on the wait list. You're going to get first access to it. And that's it for me today, you guys. I love you so much. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you all in my next video. Mwah!